Welcome students for the physical chemistry lecture semester 5 paper number 11, and up till now you have studied in the chapter solution introductory part, then terms oftenly used in the study of chapter solution, then ideal solutions, non-ideal solutions, Raoult's law, vapor pressure of ideal and non-ideal solutions of miscible liquids. Then you have studied composition of liquid and vapor, vapor pressure and boiling point diagrams of miscible liquids, then distillation of miscible liquid pairs. Type 1, that means the systems with intermediate total vapor pressure, that is systems with boiling point increases regularly, and such solutions are called as geotropic solutions. Then type 2, that is the systems with maximum in the total vapor pressure, that is system with a boiling point minimum geotropic, and type 3 systems with minimum in total vapor pressure, that is system with a boiling point maximum, and it is also a azeotropic mixture. Azeotropic mixtures, they are also called as constant boiling mixture. Here remember that the solution whose vapor pressure is a low, it boils at high temperature, and the solutions with high vapor pressure, they boils at low temperature. That means there is inverse relationship in between vapor pressure and boiling point. Then you have studied the solubility of partially miscible liquids, that is the solutions with maximum solution temperature, for example phenol and water. Then the solutions with maximum and minimum solution temperature type, for example phenol and water. And the next type, it is the solution with minimum solution temperature, that is the minimum CST, and for example triethylamine and water. And you have studied the solution temperature, that is the consolute temperature. It is also called as critical solution temperature. And critical solution temperature, it is nothing but the temperature at which partially miscible liquid pairs, they becomes completely miscible, and instead of two conjugate solutions we get a homogeneous liquid layer. And the last point of this chapter, it is the vapor pressure and distillation of immiscible liquids and the steam distillation. In the previous video you have studied what is the steam distillation, and the distillation carried out in the stream of steam or in the current of steam, that distillation it is called as steam distillation. And the two immiscible liquids having very high boiling points, such liquids are purified and separated by means of steam distillation. And the principle used here, it is the liquids which have very high boiling point, they distills at a low temperature. When we pass a steam into that liquid mixture, it boils at low temperature, and this is the principle behind steam distillation. Let we revise the sub points once again. Here you have studied the Raoult's law, and this is a photograph of the scientist Raoult, and this one is a Henry scientist William Henry. These two scientists, they studied a lot in the vapor pressure of solutions. Then Henry's law, it is concerned with the concentration of dissolved gas in a solution is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas above solution. Mathematically, it is given by C, it is equal to K into P, where K it is a constant, P it is a pressure, and C it is a concentration. Then, the Raoult's law states that partial vapor pressure of any volatile component of a solution at any temperature is equal to the vapor pressure of pure component multiplied by the mole fraction of that component in the solution. And the solutions which obeys Raoult's law at all conditions of temperature and concentration, that solutions are called as ideal solutions, and those solutions which do not obey the Raoult's law, that solutions are called as non-ideal solutions or real solutions. And if our solution is made up of Na moles of volatile liquid A and Nb moles of volatile liquid B, then the condition of uh, Pa plus Pb, these are the partial vapor pressures, and when these two becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, that means the sum of Pa plus Pb, when it becomes equal to atmospheric pressure, at this temperature our solution it boils. That is the Dalton's law. Okay, then here Raoult's law mathematically represented as like this: P0 into X, where P0 it is a vapor pressure of pure solvent and X it is the mole fraction of the constituent. Then here the modified Raoult's law, or according to Dalton's law of partial pressures, the total vapor pressure of solution, it is the sum of partial pressures of the two constituents of the solution, and it is equal to XA into P0A plus XB into P0B. P0A it is the vapor pressure of pure A component, P0B vapor pressure of pure B component, XA and XB these are the mole fractions of pure A and B. Then if we plot the graph of vapor pressure versus mole fraction, we have this type of straight lines. This is the straight line for A component and this is the straight line for B component, and this is the straight line for total vapor pressure. This is the solutions which obeys Raoult's law. We get a straight lines, and when instead of getting straight lines we get curved lines, these solutions are non-ideal or real. Here again this is the graph for ideal solutions. See here, these solutions shows curved lines and these curved lines are below the straight line. Therefore, these solutions they shows negative deviation. Here, this solution shows positive deviation, so that these curved lines are above the straight line. Therefore, such solutions are real solutions which shows positive deviation. Here in this diagram you will clearly understand that when the curve is above the straight line, here this is the straight line, again this one is the straight line, and the curved line here it is above the straight line. Such deviations are called as positive deviation, and here the curved lines are below the straight line. Here again below, here again below. Such deviations are negative deviations, and this is the ideal behavior. Remember well, the positive deviations they are shown above the straight lines and negative deviations are shown below the straight lines. Here the distinction between ideal and non-ideal solutions. You have studied it. Then non-ideal solutions. This is the positive deviation. Here again negative deviation. This is a geotropic mixture. That means as the composition changes, the boiling point goes on changing. Here the boiling point goes on changing. This is a vapor curve and this one is a liquid curve. Here this point it shows the boiling point of pure A component, and here it is we have boiling point of pure B component. And if we distill such a liquid mixture, we get such type of curve, and the vapor curve and liquid curve they meet at each other at this point and at this point. These two temperatures are the boiling temperatures of pure A here and pure B. Here this diagram clearly shows that our A component it is a more volatile component, and this B component it is a less volatile component because the B component it has maximum boiling point, while A component it has minimum boiling point. And when such a liquid mixture, if we want to distill, the distillation behavior it is explained with this diagram. Okay, then the distillation of immiscible liquid pairs, and here distillation of immiscible liquid pairs at a low temperature. Here the most volatile component it will distill first, and the residue it will reach in a less volatile component. And according to Dalton's law, when the sum of partial pressures of A component and B component it becomes equal to atmospheric pressure at this temperature, our liquid it starts boiling. This is the distillation of immiscible liquid pairs. And the next chapter that you are going to study, that is the electromotive force, and it is last chapter of your syllabus. And in this chapter you are going to study the introduction, thermodynamics of electrode potential, Nernst equation for electrode and cell potential in terms of activities, then EMF series, types of electrodes, description in terms of construction, representation, half cell reaction and EMF equation. And the different types of electrodes are metal ion electrode, amalgam electrode, metal insoluble salt electrode, gas electrode, and redox electrode, that is oxidation reduction electrode. Then reversible and irreversible cells, then chemical cells with and without transference, concentration cells without transference, and liquid junction potential, and origin and elimination of liquid junction potential. These points we are going to discuss later on. So we will see later on.